Today we are going to be answering the question, what questions can you ask? So we're asking a question right there. What are we going to learn? Those are all questions. Questions have question marks by them. It says what. Usually questions have what, where, when, how, what, and why. And so this picture has some sea creatures on it. It says you use science to learn about the world around you. So we use science to learn about the world around us. That's what we use. You ask many questions. We ask many questions all day long. We just don't always realize we do. Anytime you ask your mom, what's for lunch, or where are we going, or why do you have to do something, those are all questions. You work together to find answers. What questions might the diver ask? So looking at the picture, if you were a diver is someone who goes into the water, usually has a tank of oxygen, spends a lot of time down there. They're usually doing research. A marine biologist is someone who works with animals that live in the oceans and rivers and things like that. And the oceanographer does the same thing, but they focus more on the things in the ocean. I would probably want to know, is the shark hungry? If I'm going in that water, that's one of the first things I want to know. Is this shark hungry? Or what would this shark do? Where am I? What kind of shark are they? What kind of coral is this? This is coral. How deep am I? Those are all questions I think I would want to ask if I was a diver. What questions would you ask? Okay, on the other page it says, what questions can you ask? Circle the picture that answers each question. Which object is heavy? So, which object is heavy? Do we have a rock and we have a balloon. Which one do you think is, oh, and an airplane. So a rock, a balloon, and an airplane. Which one do you think is the heaviest? The rock, right? So to answer that question, we're going to circle, because that's what they told us to do. They told us to circle it. So we're going to circle the rock. What animal can fly? Fish, bird, or lizard? What animal can fly? Circle your answer. A fish, a bird, or a lizard? A bird, right? So we're going to circle it. Which object goes around and around? A swing, a slide, or a merry-go-round? Which one of these goes around and around? The merry-go-round, right? The swing goes back and forth, and you go down on the slide, but the merry-go-round goes around and around and around. So we're going to circle the merry-go-round. Now you have answered all three of their questions. Do you have any questions? What's a good question you could ask? Do you have any science questions? I want you to think of at least one question you want to ask for our next class. Okay. Keep working hard.